Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Establishing Technology Footprints for the Advancement of Agribusinesses series of workshops targeted at the inhabitants in the Ahafo region of Ghana. My name is Efia Owusu-Fofie. I am the founder of Coders Who Travel. Coders Who Travel is a United States-based nonprofit organization with a vision to inspire and advance the careers of computer programmers in less developed regions of the world. Our mission is to deliver project-based knowledge, world-class work experience, and career-defining professional communities. Our scope is on both underserved communities in advanced countries, as well as emerging regions in developing countries like Ghana. This is a timeline of the highlights of activities we have conducted since we filed for our NPO status since December 2016. Time will not allow me to touch on all of them, but certainly it has been a mix of great adventures through to 2021. Currently, we would like to relaunch a Veterans Can Code initiative in the US and internationally extend our travels to rural towns like Kukuom in the Ahafo region we are targeting today. If at any point you would like to support us today and beyond, these are the multiple ways of giving to Coders Who Travel. Your donation goes towards key items for dispatching coders and empowering a community with laptops, projectors, internet, transportation, accommodation, etc. With me are our partners, Honorable Nkobi Amwa-Mensah representing the Amen Foundation, and Carla Villalobos representing Microsoft. And shout outs to our social media partners, the Insifu Group, Baobab Entrepreneur, and 2112 Charity. During the program, as you get insights, we encourage you to share on social media with your friends and family. Please monitor the chat for the relevant hashtags. Carla, over to you. You're on mute.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening. Well, it's good afternoon. My name is Carla Villalobos. I am a community development specialist with Microsoft. I've been with them for about 5 years, and a lot of the work that I do is centered around education. I work on a team that focuses on providing virtual education to underserved communities locally, nationally, and globally. Excuse me. We also connect with nonprofits to help them get set up on get set up in our Microsoft Give program to match volunteering time and donations. And we also connect them with philanthropies to obtain software grants and special pricing on devices. And Afia, thank you so much for having me here. I'm very grateful to be partnering with you and Coders Who Travel to support this community.
Efia, you're on mute.
Thank you. So what I was saying is, I don't find the Amen Foundation founder, Nkobi Amwa-Mensah, on yet. So I'm going to open the floor for Kwabena to lead the networking session. But first, let me go through a bit of the agenda for this late afternoon. We're going to head into networking. Then we're going to head into make your life more creative, organized with Office 365. And there's another session on rock your LinkedIn profile right after that one. And then we'll take photos, videos, and testimonials at the ground level. So Kwabena, over to you. All right, we now have Kwabena in the right room. Hi, Kwabena. If you can share your screen and proceed into the networking, that would be great.
Okay, now thank you. And good afternoon to everyone.
Yeah. Can you come on camera, or it's a little difficult for you to come on camera?
Working on that, I'll be there just very soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Kwabena, you have a lot of background noise. Are you sure that's a good location for the presentation?
Yes. Some small interruption.
You are still on mute. We can't hear you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So I'll go straight to our present. Am I ready to go?
Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you. So this afternoon we'll just briefly go through something on the networking. I hope that this presentation will be more engaging so that it becomes fruitful. It's very short. Then after that, we would network. The introduction has already been done by Fia, so I wouldn't waste much time on it. So I'll go to our next slide. Networking. We want to establish and look at maintaining lines of communication with others for mutual benefit, for synergy. What is networking? What are we talking about if we hear networking? Some definition and some suggestions. We say networking is about relationships, people connecting with each other, finding some common grounds amongst people, exchanging information, and in the exchange of information, one gains information and then new ones are made. This is basically networking. And so one is for relationship purpose, and basically we are connecting with people. Next. There are some beliefs and resistance towards networking, this relationship. And at this point, we'll begin to ask ourselves, people would then say, I don't like to network, or I want to always be in my corner. Why would you want to be in your corner? These are some of the beliefs. These are some of the reasons why people want to avoid getting connected. One is that they believe that networking is manipulative or funny. Definitely, as I said, somebody is networking for his purpose or her purpose. He has an agenda, and that's why he's networking. It is possible you on the other side might not have an agenda, and so you think that the other person is manipulating you to get an information. Again, Adam Smith said in Wealth of Nations that demand and supply in an open economy, everybody seeks his self-interest, and definitely they will reach an equilibrium. And it's one of the things about networking. And so this is what I'll say, that sometimes even if you think you don't have any purpose for networking, you just network, and tomorrow there will be a purpose for you. There will be a reason for that network. Networking is designed to convince someone to do something they don't really want to do. Some people think that when that relationship is built, they are forced to do things they are not expected or they wouldn't want to do. Networking is selling yourself. Yes, people think that yes, I don't want to boast. I don't want to talk so much about myself. I have to talk about myself. Is that really what networking is about? Networking requires an extrovert style. So if you are not the talking type, you are the inward type, somebody who is always reserved, networking is for you. Is that really true? Networking is mostly done in large groups and requires spontaneity. Yes, sometimes you don't plan for it. Sometimes in a big group. Is that really true? These are some of the beliefs people hold, and that is what is preventing them from networking. So we would want to see if that is true. Sorry. Now, can we just use 1 minute? And then at this point, I'll need some feedback from you. Look at this picture. Tell me, what do you see in this picture? Just a few comments from people, what we see from this picture. I mean, any idea that you, after first time seeing this picture, what comes to your mind? There's a quick feedback. Hello.
Please give your feedback.
We are doing a network session. As I say, it must be engaging. What do we see? Yes, Ima,
I see people engaging with each other, and like there are a few groups of people talking, or yeah, that's what I see.
Yes, that's a great observation there. Yes, finally somebody to add something to it. You can see a large group, but it's more segregated. You realize that every person, every group, there are several groups within this large group or this large platform that you see, and everybody is pursuing his agenda. Some are laughing, talking, some also look serious, looking at documents. That is networking. Everybody has what he wants to achieve. That's what he's doing. Some, you might think that some can also look at this picture and say, even this is a disorganized office. But hey, networking is not interested in it, whether it's disorganized or not. It's just creating that bond in whatever space that you get. And everybody is making the best out of the opportunity he or she has gotten. It is possible that this person sitting by you, you might not meet again, or you might not get the attention of that person to talk about what you are talking about at the moment. And so you seize every opportunity you get, and you don't let anything hold you. I'll go to the next one. Then we, okay, so yes, what I will say, we are saying that resistance is normal. You are not the first person who ever or has ever thought of those resistance we talked about earlier. You are not the first person, and you are not going to be the last person. But let's look at it well. Networking is about using the social, personal, and professional contacts to help you to learn more about the field of interest or organization. You are using the social and personal and professional contact. So you might enter into an organization, you might not know anybody, but on professional grounds, you could be, say, a driver, an accountant. So you can, if you're a driver, you can easily associate with a driver and you can speak to a driver. So you are using your professional to make a contact. On social, you can even associate with somebody on color, on any other thing. You can even meet somebody at a place, an eatery, or say a cafeteria. And then that there must be a point of interest. So you see, the first point is field of interest. There must be a point of interest. And that point of interest would introduce you to other things. And so what am I saying? So anytime you must be working prepared, that any opportunity that you meet as a business person, as a young person who wants to grow in your career, you must seize any opportunity to network. Networking is not only for extroverts. So it's not only for people who talk or people who are open. So far as you are in business, you are in work, and you are not an island, you need somebody. In our country, formerly it was who you know. Now people say it is who knows you. So definitely you will need somebody. And it has nothing to do whether you are quiet or loud. You will need somebody in a professional background, social, religious, you will need somebody. It can be planned. You can decide, somebody can decide that, yes, every day I've seen the CEO of this company walk past this place. He normally jogs in the morning around this time, this place. He normally buys cocoa around this place. He goes and drops his kids around this place. So you plan your time to meet him and then find a point of interest and then start a conversation. So it can be planned. It can be intentionally planned so that it happens. Networking is not about only selling yourself. It's about learning and getting more information. So sometimes it's also only about selling yourself. You are interested in a business. You are interested in a company. You want to know more about a company. Last 2 weeks, all the things that we went through, those information, the best place to get such information is through networking. Market research, the best place to get it is through networking. If you don't network, you don't get a sincere person to give you information. You would end up getting a cooked information, which would eventually cost you in your business. People, the next one is people enjoy talking about themselves and enjoy helping others. You are not a nuisance. So it's true, yes. Generally, people enjoy talking about themselves. So even if you like talking about yourself, it is not bad. Everything needs to be measured. That's the most important thing. Everything that we do in life needs to be measured. So yes, there's nothing wrong talking about yourself. Everybody likes talking about yourself, talking about the family, but it must be measured. That is all. So you are not a nuisance. I don't think that you are a nuisance to people. Now, what we need to know and what we need to do with networking. Networking helps you and I to tap into hidden job markets. You see, when you look at the picture, you see this man in spectacles. You see 2 men here. The other one in t-shirt, and the other one in a long sleeve shirt. You see the long sleeve shirt is pointing to the laptop. Hey, I've gotten an idea. This is nice. He has gotten a new, sometimes what we even think, the hypothesis we start with in our market survey I mean, when you are starting any market survey, you have a hypothesis. This business is good. You want to find out more. Or this business is bad. You want to find out more. It will shock you that through proper networking, you will be able to establish that, yes, I heard this business is small, but even there's a better opportunity. Or yes, this business is not, I heard this business is small, but no, it is not good. So it gives you, it unravels a lot of, it unearths a lot of opportunities if you network. You also have an edge on a competitive due to, on competition due to the relationship you have established. Look, it is the truth and it is the basis. I always tell people that now we are in the world where everyone wants to work with somebody that is tried and tested. And so you hear people talking about unemployment. Yes, it is there. But I tell you that there are also a lot of people who have a lot of work on their hands, and yet people still are chasing them for more work. Why? Because some of them have been brought up through proper networking and they've made their name through that, through relationships. And I tell you, in life, there is a specific one contract that you will need for your breakthrough. There's specific contact that you need for a breakthrough. And sometimes that is the life-changing moment. That's the life changer. And you get this through networking. You can be the best of everything. I always tell people that, look, when you look at our players, our footballers who are playing football, they are better footballers who are, some of them have even forgotten about football, who are in their homes, but somebody had an opportunity through a network and then he became a star. And so we say that Messi and Ronaldo, we talk about them being, but they had an opportunity in one way or the other. So it gives you a competition through relationship. Very important. You will also be informed through networking. You gain visibility for future opportunities. Sometimes through networking, people then envisage, somebody's talking and envisage, how did climate change? This and this and this, and people had an idea through networking. How did Bill Gates start Microsoft? It was through a discussion with somebody, realized that there's a need for this place. Networking gives you that visibility for future opportunity. You gain referrals. Sometimes the small conversation you had with somebody, at that particular moment, that person might not say anything, or that person might not even give you a tap at the back. But maybe you made a statement and it hit that person very well. So you just quiet, and then you go and meet an opportunity that correlates with the statement you made and say, okay, this guy, I met somebody who showed interest in this area, and I think that this is the person who can fit this area. This one networking can do to you. Good people know other good people. This is one of the reality is that I tell you, in the world, apart from politics, who will reject a nominee from the president? Who will reject a nominee from a CEO? A top performing CEO, somebody who has already made his name and is making a recommendation for somebody. Who will reject that person? And so a lot of people have been accepted into jobs, have been accepted into roles because of the person that referred them, or because of networking. Because of that, I just move on. Increase your work possibility in the 21st century, and strong networking, shorter job search. And this is true. And this, as I said, I've said it earlier, that look, people are unemployed, they are homes, but people are already engaged and people are still chasing them. For them to just give them just an hour of their time to be paid handsomely, and that money could have been paid to use to employ somebody, because that person has networked and then somebody knows what he can do. He has been referred. Networking cannot be downplayed. Okay, so we will break as we see the beautiful picture of Afia on the screen.
Thank you. Christina is also online. The lady by my side is also online.
Yes. So we have our two beautiful ladies networking, and you see they are smiling. So they've met their goal and we want to practicalize it at our end. Thank you.
Thank you. So before we get into this challenge, first of all, Kwabena, great presentation. Thank you. I have a guest called Ed Dudley, and he has a company called We Are Connected. That's all about relationship building. And so I asked him to give some insights and comments about networking. And then after, we will do the networking activity for about 10 minutes. We are running a bit late on time, but I feel like Ed should talk now, and then we'll have our break activity, and then we'll move on to the next presentation. So Ed, welcome.
Thank you. Good hour, good day, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you're coming from. I'm coming from the States. That was the part that I heard was absolutely great, talking about the power of networking. The power of networking is absolutely amazing. And what I love about it right now is that you have the ability to not just network in your own area, but to network globally. I've been able to network to grow my We Are Connected brand, not just here in the States, but in South Africa. We'll be launching in South Africa and some other countries in the future next year. So one of the things that I would add, because I don't want to repeat anything that the gentleman spoke on before, is when you're networking with someone, it's a give and take, but learn how to give more than you take. One of the things that I always aim to do is when I'm networking is get 3 vital bits of information. And if you got a pen and pencil handy, write the word air down. A as in apple, I as in Indian, R as in robot. And air stands for, the first letter of air stands for advice. When you're talking to someone, asking for advice, the gentleman talked about everyone loves to talk about themselves. You can say, all right, can you give me some advice about a company? Can you give me some advice about a career path? Everyone was willing to give advice. The I stands for insight. Can you give me some insight as to the trends that are going on in this particular industry? If you got someone that's like the gentleman that spoke earlier that's in the accounting field, he might want to give you some insights as to what's going on with accounting as a future endeavor, or just as for your personal business. And the R is for recommendations. Everyone wants to give me some recommendations. Can you give me some recommendations as simple as where to go for a restaurant? Can you give me some recommendations as who I should be talking to grow my network or grow my brand? One of the things that I tend to do is I try to introduce people on a regular basis to what I call pros. And as you can see real quickly, I like acronyms because they're easy to remember. PRO stands for people, resources, and opportunities. If you learn how to start doing that in your networking, you will grow exponentially. The gentleman talked about it's not who you know, but who knows you. I have a ton of people that know me, and I don't know a lot of people, but my network is growing each and every day by leaps and bounds because people know me and they're constantly introducing me to other people. I can go on and on about networking is something that I'm passionate about because it's helped me not only grow my personal brand, it's helped me grow my professional brand. It's helped me to get on advisory boards. It's helped me to get on nonprofit boards. It's helped me gain more clients. We can just go on. And I know you're behind, so I don't want to take a lot of your time, but I love asking questions. You know, I love individuals that are interactive, and in this world that we're in right now in a virtual setting, learn how to be on camera. People love to see people's faces. To be able to connect a name with a face. So as you start networking and growing in the networking field, learn to be on camera more so people can actually see you and put a face with a name. Trust me, it goes a long way. It's nice to see the puppies and the cats and the headshots, but we like to see people's faces where we can feel like we're engaging them in this environment that we're in.
I agree. And now we have someone coming on camera showing, look, we have a room full of people, but without the camera,
I love
without
it.
the camera, we wouldn't see all of that. So very important. Now, Ed, you said here,
Yes.
A for advice, I for insight, R was for what?
Recommendations.
Recommendations. And then the pro, what is the O?
So the pro is people,
Mhm.
resources, and opportunities.
Okay. I love the acronyms. So I'm going to put it in the chat for everyone. Okay. Now, there's, today we are in a remote region in Ahafo, Kukum specifically, and our challenges have been many, but we are encouraged, that the students and entrepreneurs are still hanging around after hopefully having some lunch earlier on. Now, I thought I would use breakout rooms, but the room is already small. A lot of people are just joining in through Leslie's camera. But Kwabena, will you bring back your slide up and then let's use it for the activity, or let me see if I can find it on mine. Kwabena, can you show your screen again? And what was the activity?
So yes, so we are to.
Okay, so let me see if I can do the breakout rooms, even if we have 2 per room.
That's fine.
Yes, Ed is awesome. Let's do that. Can each of you do a screen grab of this share? Just use print screen. So when I take you to the breakout room, you won't forget what the activity is, okay? And how many are we? 13. So I'm gonna do 6 to force you to talk to the one person. And let's convene back after 5 minutes. So in the room at Leslie, at Kukum, guys, please be practicing the networking tips and activities with the students. The networking activities is what I'm saying, Yaya.
Okay, so
yeah, let them do a little bit of the networking activities. All right. I've given it every room 60 seconds to join us. So. And Baobab in the room. Are you guys done with the networking?
Yes, we're finished. Hi, Thea.
Hi, Latanya. Hey, Latanya, I see that Jocelyn joined. Just a heads up.
Oh, good. Okay. Thank
All
you.
right. In the room, if you can hear me, we are about to switch into the next presentation. So we have 2 minutes more, but it would have been good. What was exciting about your networking activity? Anybody want to share? This is a quiet group. Come on. I'm gonna pick on some names. Angela, okay, I see you're trying to come off mute. Okay, Angela, thanks for saving the day.
I think for both of us, we realized that our last two jobs, one through a formal search, mine was LinkedIn, then hers was like a job search portal, and then the previous one through, for mine was a post a friend shared on Facebook. The one I worked with, it was a recommendation from a friend. So we had both the friends and then the formal networking. So it was through networking we concluded.
Oh, okay, cool. Anybody else? In the room, if you can hear us, was there anything interesting you discovered via networking?